Hello, everybody. This is the Grave Man, and I figured why not make a live stream today? Because today we're going to be talking about a couple horror films that I really liked and I will always like. So, let's get started. So, we have two very special. Well, knew that was coming. Because this. Always falls. I don't understand. We got two horror franchises here that we're going to be talking about. Actually, no. Let's take out some really good horror movies that I really enjoy. That I enjoyed the most out of all of them. So we're going to start with my all-time favorite, and then my second favorite, and then my third favorite. So we're talking about the horror franchise and what I really grew up with. And I'm going to be showing you guys what I grew up with as a teenager. And I'm going to be showing you right now what I have grown up with. So we're going to start off with the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. Wow. There's actually 3 Nightmare on Elm Street movies I'll never watch. Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and Nightmare on Elm Street 5 and and Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare are the worst ones out of the whole franchise. Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, and 3 and Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which is a spin-off movie with Robert Englund playing as Freddy Krueger, is fantastic. But the other one's not the best. So we got, apparently my parents got me this at Walmart, which is actually very shocking. Really good stuff. I would have to say my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what? I don't know. It's really hard to tell. I would have to say the original. My second favorite is either 2 or 3. And my third favorite is probably... You know what? I would have to say 3 is my third favorite. And my fourth favorite is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Now, guys, don't get me wrong. Wes Craven's New Nightmare is a very good one, too. Robert Englund is the best part of this movie, guys. And not just him, actually. Who else? Nancy. Nancy's another big part of this movie. In the original movie, my 2 favorite characters had to be Nancy's boyfriend and Nancy. And Freddy was obviously my favorite character in the movie. But Nancy was my second favorite, and her boyfriend was my third favorite character in the movie. And you know what, guys? You can get this on Amazon right now for like $30, but plus tax, so like $45. Which is at $45, you know what? You're getting $45. You're getting 5 Nightmare on Elm. You're getting all. You're getting all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Now, obviously, there's one that I knew that was not going to be in here, and that was Freddy vs. Jason. I kind of spoiled the movie for me, Freddy vs. Jason. I didn't see it yet, but I looked at who got killed. It was, I can't say if it was Freddy or Jason. All I can say is a lot of people thought Freddy wasn't going to die. And, yeah. And my second all-time favorite movie. You know what? I bet you guys didn't expect this one. Okay. The It remake. This is my second favorite horror film of all time. I really like this one. Like, it was really good. Like, guys, I can't even explain how good this movie is. Like, if you really want to go, you really want to be impressed by a remake that you probably think it's going to suck, well, you're wrong. This movie brings something new to the table and does have stuff from the book. And this movie was the most grossing horror film of all time. And is a very good film. I recommend this, guys. It Chapter 2. Really like this movie. When this movie came out the first day, I went to get it. And I was so happy I got it because it's a great movie. I seen it in theater with my uncle, and it's so worth it. And the actor Bill Skarsgård did a phenomenal job on this. This is another horror film that I really liked. And for how good it was, I was very surprised. Going into the theater, I didn't have high expectations for the movie. I thought everything was gonna suck. I was fucking wrong. Like, this movie, the characters, the kid actors that are the loser clubs and the losers club, and Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård, did a phenomenal job, and the director, Eddie Muschietti, did a good job on making sure all the kid actors were on point with their funniness and just character acting. It was a very good movie. I'm gonna say something. There was one part in the movie that I freaking loved. That was my favorite part, and it was the projector scene. That was the best part in the movie, and I freaking loved it. Okay. My third all-time favorite horror franchise has to go to Halloween. Halloween has been a wild journey. Fantastic horror films. You know what? I gotta say something. Halloween 1 and 2 are good. Halloween 3, I get the concept of it. They were trying to do something new, and it didn't work. It wasn't a horror film, and it wasn't scary. Halloween 1 and 2 are. They're scary. Halloween, the original, is obviously the best one. And guys, you know what? I can already tell what's going to be my second favorite horror film, and probably my favorite horror film of the year, and that's going to go to Halloween 2018. I can see this movie being very good. I could see it being just as good as the original movie, or even better. And so far, I think I'm going to like it more than the original. But that's just my opinion, right? But the original Halloween is a masterpiece. The second one is not as good, but it's definitely pretty damn good. I can definitely watch Halloween 1 and 2 again. I can obviously watch Halloween 2 again, is what I was trying to say. Halloween 4, really, I actually like that one. Halloween 4 wasn't too bad of a Halloween movie, but it had its issues there and there. The mask was not bad. It wasn't the best mask, but it wasn't bad. Um, the Halloween 2 mask is obviously better. Um, my favorite mask out of all of the Michael Myers masks in the Halloween movies have to go to the brand new 2018 Halloween movie and mask. That mask is phenomenally creepy, and it just looks better than the original mask in my opinion. It has so much detail, it has so much eeriness, so much creepiness. But the original mask is definitely my second favorite mask in the Halloween franchise. Halloween 4 is very good. I liked Halloween 4. I don't know why. I just did. Halloween 3 I didn't like. It didn't have anything to do with Michael Myers. Michael Myers was not in the movie at all because it was not about him in this movie, Halloween 3. Um um oh, that's cool. Um Load it with killer special features. Damn. So, I was very pleased with this was if you're looking for a good horror movie franchise for Halloween and you're a Halloween fan, you like the holiday Halloween, this is the perfect horror slasher Halloween franchise for you. And it's for me too. Okay. This one is kind of, you know, not expected. Halloween 4. I mean, oh, I'm stupid. Scream 4. Hey there, the Haunter Pals. We're talking about horror films, and I'm super excited. Scream 4 is a awesome Scream movie. It's not as bad as Scream 3. And guys, I ordered the Friday the 13th 6 movie disc Blu-ray collection. No, 6 or 7 movies. I can't remember if it comes with 6 or 7, but I got the Friday the 13th 6 or 7 Blu-ray disc collection on Amazon, and there was 2 left, brand new. So now there's 1 left after I just bought it. 1. But this movie is actually not that bad. It's not as bad as some people are saying it is. It's what you're looking for in a horror film, and it's good. It's a wild journey. Um, the story is, has its problems, but it's good. The acting, some of the acting was okay, but a lot of it was not bad. And if if you guys don't know what I was talking about first, I was talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, the It remake, and I was talking about, obviously, the one and only Halloween. And you're probably thinking, what is my favorite horror franchise out of all of them? Nightmare on Elm Street. Really like this one. Like, I don't think anything is going to be able to beat Nightmare on Elm Street. It's really hard to tell. It's definitely a masterpiece for sure, a legendary masterpiece. My second favorite horror film of all time goes to the It remake. I love this movie so much. It was such a good movie, guys. It's not even funny. Like, I'm a huge horror fan too, and I really like this one. This one was very good. If you want to go see it, I had no expectations for this movie when I went to see it in theater with my uncle, and I was so wrong. It was so good. Moving on, we got three to go. Friday the 13th, Part 2. I actually like this movie. It's a pretty good movie. The quality was not bad, but it wasn't the best because it's a disc. It's just a normal DVD. Um, oh yeah, there's more videos of Spear Halloween 2018, and I was actually really impressed. Um, but it's just a DVD. It's not Blu-ray. Blu-ray is better quality than the DVD, which is obvious. But you know what? I ordered the Friday the 13th Blu-ray collection. It comes either with 6 Jason Friday the 13th movies or 7 Friday the 13th movies. I can't remember. But we're moving on to the Jeepers Creepers collection. This is the most scary, stylish horror movie I've seen in years. It says on the back. Well, it's a very good one. Jeepers Creepers is a very good horror film. And I'm not buying Jeepers Creepers 3 because I heard Jeepers Creepers 3 was really bad, like really bad, the worst one. And apparently they're making Jeepers Creepers 4, and to be honest, they should just reboot the whole franchise because I know Jeepers Creepers 4 is going to suck. But Jeepers Creepers 1 is definitely the best one. The acting's on point. The story's very good. There's issues there and there. That's like every film. There's always issues there and there. But you know what? I remember looking on YouTube and I seen Jeepers Creepers. I seen Haunt Former and all these YouTubers checking out this movie. And I never expected my nan to get me this. Like she just picked a random. No, Jeepers Creepers is not even a clown. This is Jeepers Creepers, man. That's who it is. It's a very good movie. Part 2 is good, but I have issues with that one. And the thing I really had a problem with is the most of the movie they were sitting in a bus trying to figure out how to escape and blah blah blah, and I knew who was gonna die, and yeah. Hi there, Blake Sheward. Okay, guys. Probably, this was probably the scariest movie from last year, by far. Definitely a very scary movie. The next chapter in the Conjuring universe, Annabelle 2 Creation. A really freaking scary movie. This movie was pretty scary. It's a very, very good movie, and I really like this one. I don't like watching it at night because it scares the shit out of me. Like that's like literally, guys. This was the first horror film to scare me. Like that's hard to believe. This was actually the first horror film to really scare me. So it's hard to make. It's actually really hard to make a movie scary, and a lot of people don't understand why. It's the way they shoot the scene. It's the way they cut it. It's the effects they use. Everything, the backgrounds, the sounds, just everything to make a scene scary is a lot of work. So, you know. But guys, I grew up with this. This is what I used to watch when I was younger, and you know, this was probably one of the first horror films I ever watched. And when I'm in my late 20s, I can or late age 30, when I'm like age 30, I can call this my childhood memory. Um, but you know, it's definitely a film that will always stay in my heart because it's definitely one of those films that I loved. And I was gonna get the Child's Play collection, the one that came out last year around October, with like the blue box and it has Chucky in the middle, like him smiling at you, with all of the with all the Child's Play movies, and that's $75 on Amazon. And I am not paying that because I'm telling you right now, that's going to be $85 Canadian tax, and I'm not paying that. I'm already thinking about a new video game that's coming out also, NHL 19. I seen the gameplay for that. Very good. It's like the perfect NHL game that everybody has been wanting. So, but guys, It Chapter 2 is coming out next year, and I have a lot of expectations. I think it's going to beat the first one. If you really think about it, Eddie Muschietti even said It Chapter 2 was just the beginning of, what's the word? I can't even think about it, but whatever. It's like it was just an example for It Chapter 2. And it's very good. I enjoyed this movie a lot, and I can see why some fans out there are more of a fan of the TV miniseries. I am not a huge fan of the original It movie, but the remake here is way better than the original. Like the original is a TV show. This is a movie. The original was a TV show. This is an actual film that was in theater. The original was not in theaters, just on TV. So, and the TV show was actually long, but it wasn't good. Um, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite horror film of all time? Mine is The Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. Um, Freddy has always been a I always been a huge fan of Freddy, and there's something about him. He's so fun to watch on screen. I don't know what it is. The It 1990 had an old people, and the the It 1990 had old people in it also. Yeah, I know that. Um, they actually did it, the old one. They made part one and part two, and one TV show, and I mean two, not two. I meant two. Um, but guys, horror will never die out. It's always going to be a thing. Marvel someday could possibly die out. You know, Infinity War is obviously their most successful film, but horror takes it to a whole new level that everyone would want to, that everyone has been imagining in their mind for years and years to happen, and it finally happened. It finally became a thing, like, I don't even know when, probably around the 40s, around there, or probably late 40s is when horror started. And that's a long time ago. Like, the 30s and 40s is probably when horror films or horror shows started and then turned into movies. And, that's a long time ago if you think about it, like way before our generation. Could you imagine living that long ago? It would suck. Um, and it's just amazing how horror films, well, horror in general, it always evolves every year. It changes every year. Like this year, it changed. Next year, it's going to change. Every single year, it's going to be different. And it's just the technology. Every year we get this new technology stuff for cameras and all this every single year. They always do work on they always work on new stuff that are better for next year. That's why horror evolves every year. It changes because of the technology, which is insane. And look, here's the thing about the Halloween collection. It comes with it comes with the original ones, and then it comes with the spin-off ones and the two Rob Zombie remakes. And some people prefer these ones. I prefer the original ones because the original ones just have a better feeling to them and have a better story to them. But you know what? The worst, the worst Halloween movie has to be Season of the Witch, the third one, and then the second worst one is Halloween Resurrection. Halloween Resurrection is really bad. Halloween 5 is another bad one. So I did not watch Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And you know what, guys? I might actually watch Rob Zombie Halloween 2 tonight to see what it was about. Because I seen the Rob Zombie Halloween remake. And if you guys never seen that movie, it's dirty and sexual. It's really dirty. Like, sexual dirty. Like, guy and girl doing stuff dirty. Like, there's a lot of naked scenes with females and getting killed and all that, and it's like Rob Zombie has made some good horror films, but Halloween was just not his film, really. Like, I've heard things about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 that were good things about it, and I heard bad things about it. And I'm going to see what people really did not like about it. So, and don't worry, I'm not watching it on the live stream because it would get probably flagged and taken down. So, it's that bad. Like, it's that violent. I can't even tell you how violent. Got the Haunter Pals. What is your favorite horror film of all time? Or Blake Shuard, what's your favorite horror film of all time? Both of you, what is your favorite horror film? Mine's Nightmare on Elm Street, but what is your guys' favorite horror film? Excuse me. I also have The Exorcist, the original Exorcist. And guys, I gotta tell you something about The Exorcist actually. I did not like the original Exorcist movie. It's not because it was creepy or anything. It just didn't work for me. Like I get it's based off a true story and I get all this exorcism stuff. But it actually took too long for her to turn into the demon herself. What imagine if they made a movie that has all the horror killers. You know what? That would be really cool. Like Leatherface, Michael Myers, Jason, Freddy, Chucky, Jeepers Creepers, It from the remake, um, Scream, Ghostface, um, Trick or Treat, the horror guy from Trick or Treat, the small guy with the bag over his head, um, Gremlins, um, Annabelle, the Nun. Who else? Who else could we add in here? I'm trying to think. Slender Man, I don't know. Um, who else? Nosferatu, Slappy the Dummy. Yeah, the Candyman, whatever his freaking name was. The Candyman, the guy with like the white and blue, red and striped suit. The Candyman, whatever his freaking name was. I can't even remember. He was that Candyman slasher horror film. I thought that was right. I bet you guys don't know the Candyman. That was a Rob Zombie movie. I heard that was really good. Guys, I'll be right back. I'll be back. I gotta use the washroom, guys. I'll be back again someday. I'll be back. I gotta use the washroom. So guys, I'm about to tell you why I love the original Nightmare on Elm Street better than all of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, has that dark tone to it, and that's what made Freddy so scary. You couldn't really see him. He was in the shadows. You could see him a little bit, but he was in the shadows. And that's what a nightmare is all about. You're not supposed to really see the character. You're supposed to see him in the darkness a little bit. That's what they did. In part 2, that was not in that movie at all, really. In part 1, it was in there most of the movie, and I like that. That's good. You need dark tone to the movie to really creep people out. And a lot of dark scenes scare people more than bright scenes. Oh, really? That's cool. Maybe you live in the neighborhood that they filmed Nightmare on Elm Street the movie in. You could be living in the area. And Michael Myers, for an example. In the original movie, right? There was a lot of dark scenes in that movie. In the second part, there was some there and there. I'm not saying there wasn't, but there wasn't as much. And I know right now. Okay, you see this It remake? You see the It remake, guys? I already know part 2 is probably going to be a more darker movie, and I want that. It 2 needs a darker movie to be better, for sure. The darker the movie, the better, because you need a dark movie to scare people. Like, okay? That's the thing about dark scenes. What monsters in the background. It really scares people with dark scenes. Nightmare on Elm Street did that. The remake, did not real. It only had really one dark scene, but it wasn't really dark. It was kind of dark, but wasn't at the same time. The one where he runs out of the water and trips on the step in the basement. That was kind of dark, but it still wasn't dark enough, you know? They needed a little darker, which isn't really a bad thing, but like, you know where I'm coming from, guys? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Annabelle 2 was a dark movie. It wasn't the darkest movie I've ever seen. This movie is still a much darker movie, for sure. It has darker scenes in this. Like, this is probably the only movie I have that has, well, no. The original Halloween movie and the original Nightmare on Elm Street movie have really dark scenes. I like that. That's my kind of style. My favorite kind of style. There's other styles I like, but those are my two favorite styles. Just dark scenes in movies are very creepy and scary. That's what you need, right? To spook people out for Halloween. Wink, wink, in the 2018 movie. And the 2018 movie has the 2018 Halloween movie. I seen the trailer. It has dark scenes. I like that a lot. That's what they need. For this, in order for the new Halloween to work, they're doing the right thing. The only way this movie was gonna work is what they're doing. It's the original movie 40 years later. Okay? So you're in the original Halloween movie 40 years later, and basically, guys, it's going to show something in the original Halloween that we did not see. And basically, in the new one, I'm guessing they're going to show what's going to happen after 40 years later in the original Halloween. And I like that. That's a good thing. Because I might like this better than the original Halloween movie. And that's awesome. I'm really, really excited. And I just can't wait. Like, you know what I mean, guys? Like, I'm really excited. Horror movies, like the horror community. Like, I literally have this. Okay? I got this. Pretty damn cool. Horror is always going to be my favorite kind of movie because they're scary like Halloween. I like that. Also, if you guys didn't see what's in my room now, I put this guy up. Pretty cool, eh? But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go. I only wanted to make this live stream for a little bit, anyway. So, if I had something really big and exciting to announce, I would do the longest live stream ever. Like, long, really long, Like, if it was really big and awesome and exciting and the best news I could have ever had to say, it would be the longest live stream I could have made. But yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Happy early Halloween and happy Halloween. I mean, happy haunting. And I'll see you guys in another horrifying video.